पहुंच गए। चलो। हम्म।
ओम श्री गणेशान ओम मदं सुमक्षित्रस्तिन्यसस्तोषं देवतं दायु ओम स्वस्ति न इंद्रदुष्वाति न शवे स्वस्तिस्ताशर्यो अइष्टनिः त्रिपुरातो ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम नमस्ते गणपते प्रत्यक्ष नरतासी तमेव सर्वं गणितं ब्रह्मासि तं साक्षादात्मासनितमोचमे सत्यमोचमे औतमोदातानमोदातानमोदातानमोदातानमोनुजानमोशिष्य अवपश्चाता पुरस्ताद अवधराता दक्षिणाता चौधर अवादराता पाहि पाहि समन्तात्तवाङ्मय सुत्तं चिन्मानमय सुत्तं ब्रह्म तं सच्चिदानन्दादित्य तं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमय सर्वं जगदिदं ततो याति सर्वं जगदिदं ततो शिष्यति सर्वं जगन्निमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं तैवतिदं निरापो नलो निलो नभः तं चत्वारि वर्णत्रयातीतं नेत्रयातीतं अर्थात्रयातीतं कालत्रयातीतं तं मूलाधारिष्टौषनित्यं तं शक्तित्रयात्मकः योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं तं ब्रह्मादं विष्णुस्तं रुद्रस्तं इन्द्रस्तं अग्निस्तं वायुस्तं सूर्यस्तं चन्द्रमास्तं ब्रह्मादिर्वस्वरं नादिं पुरमुच्चार्य वर्णादिं तदनन्तरमनुस्वारः परतरदनुसितं कारेण ऋद्धमेतत्तम् अनुस्वरूपं गकारः पूर्वम् अकारो मध्यम रूपमानुस्वारिश्चात्रमूर्धम् नादसन्नानं सहितं सन्निशेषां गणकृषिनिर्भरगात्री तन्नो दधी चतुर्व्यापे गजन्तं ततं पाशं प्रदञ्जोतमस्तं शब्दं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवासिकं रक्तनानुनिक्तं रक्तपुष्पे सुविधं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं भक्तानुचितम् आविवर्तं स्वस्यादो प्रकृति पुरुषात् परं विन्द्यादि योगिनां वरनमोराजपते नमस्ते अस्त्रं भोगराय एकदन्ताय श्रीशुद्धाय श्रीवर्धनते नमो नमः। नमस्ते गणपते नमः प्रत्यक्षं तासीतमहे चेदं न तासीतमहे सर्वं इदं ब्रह्मासि त्वं साक्षादात्मागमितं नमो श्रोता नमो दाता नमो दाता नमो वंशा नमो शिष्य अवपश्चातात् पुरस्तादो त्राता दक्षिणाता च भवति अवादरतः सर्वमं पाहि पाहि समन्तात्तवाङ्मय चित्तं निर्माणमय चित्तं ब्रह्म तं सच्चिदानन्दादिशेषितं ब्रह्मासि तं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमय सर्वं जगदिदं ततो सर्वं जगदिदं ततो शिष्यति सर्वं नश्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्रैवर्तितं मोहिरापो नलो निलो नभः तं चत्वारि वर्णत्रयातीतं नेत्रयातीतं वर्णादीं तदहन्तनमनस्वारः पुत्रहृदिन्दन्तिदं तारेण विद्धमेतत्त्वमनुस्फुटं नकारः कारो मध्यं रूपमानुस्वारिष्टात्रं नाथसन्धानं सहिता सन्निशेषां गणेश विद्या गणकृष्णनिषेगात्रिशन् गणपतर्वेतामनतागन्धाय एकदन्तं चतुरस्तं पाठिनं रथं जौर्धमस्तं सिद्धमस्तं लम्बोदरं शुद्धकर्णकं रक्तवासिकं रक्तं नानुलिप्तं प्रकृष्टैतं भक्तानुगम्यं आविर्भूतं सत्या प्रकृते पुरुषात् परं ध्यानं विघ्नाम्बर नमो गाधपते नमो गणपते नमो गाधपते नमस्ते अस्त्रं भोदराय विघ्ननाशिने श्रीशिसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्ते नमो नमः। नमस्ते गणपते तमः प्रत्यक्षं तमः तमेकेनं वृद्धासि तमेकेनं दत्तासि तमेव सर्वं खलिदं ब्रह्मासि तं साक्षादात्मानं मजमे सत्यमजमे औतमामोदातानमोदातानमोदातानमोदातानमोदातानमोदातानमोशिष्यम् अवश्याता पुरस्तादोद्रता दक्षिणता चोद्भता स्वादरता सर्वतमं पाहि पाहि समन्ता तवाङ्मय सुप्तं चिन्मानं सुप्तं ब्रह्मं तं सच्चिदानन्दादित्यसितमृतं ब्रह्मासि तं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमय श्री सर्वं जगदिदं ततो याते सर्वं जगदिदं तत्त्वशिष्टति सर्वं जगन्निमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयिप्रतीतं विराजं नभः तं चत्वारि वंशत्रयाधिकं त्रयातीतं वधादिस्तोति नित्यं तं शक्तित्रयात्मकं तं योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं तं मातुं विष्णुस्तं रुद्रस्तं इन्द्रस्तं अग्निस्तं वायुस्तं सूर्यस्तं चन्द्रमास्तं ब्रह्मा भूर्भुवस्वरं गणादिं पुरमुच्चार्य वर्णादिं तदनन्तरमनुस्वारः परतरर्दिन्दुसिदं तारेण ऋतमेतत्त्वमनुस्वरूपं गकारो पूर्वरूपमकारो मध्यं रूपम् अनुस्वारश्चात्रमिन्दुरुतरूपं नादसन्नानं संहिता सन्धि शेषां गणेश विद्यागणकृषि निजगात्रिशन् गणपतिर्देवतां गणपताय तुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुरस्तं पाशमहं कुशधारणमदं जोर्दमस्तिं शुद्धं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तं नानुरिक्तं नवरक्तपुष्पेदुतं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणमुच्युतं आयुर्वृतं सहस्रयादौ प्रकृति पुरुषात् पुनः एवं ध्यातनित्यं स योगी योगिनां वर नमो रातवते नमो गणपते नमः प्रभुते नमस्ते अस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने गिरिशिसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्ते नमो नमः एतदस्मि मम पादसायं ज्ञानोदयस्मिन् प्रावृतर्ध्यानोराधिगतं पापनाशिति सायं प्रातः पृच्छा नो पापो भवति सर्वत्राध्यानोपविघ्नो भवति धर्मार्थकामो मोक्षं ज्योतिर्दर्शिशिष्यं पापे सहस्रवर्तनादीयं गणतिष्यति भागमति चतुर्थांशद्यावान् भवति इत्यर्थमणो वाक्यं ब्रह्मादनुचतुर्भागकृष्णमो भवति अलाजयति मोदक सहस्रणी अस्ति समांशित फलमाप्नोति या साधन सर्वलत्ते सर्वलत्ते अष्टब्राह्मणान् सम्यग् रायते सुचिति भवति सूर्यग्रहमान् दां प्रतिभासन् ध्वजपतिवसन्ति मा विघ्नादनुय मा दोषादनुय मा पापादनुय सर्वविद् भवति एवं वेदित्युपनिषत् ओम बदनमाच विरजत्रास्तिरङ्गे स्वस्तष्टुषं देहितं दायं स्वस्ति न इन्दुदिश्वा स्वस्ति न वेद स्वस्ति नस्ताशर्यो वरिष्ठनेमि स्वस्ति न बृहस्पतिर्दधातुः ॐ सहनाववतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधिमस्तु मा दिशावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः नारदवाच प्रणम्य देवं गौरीपुत्रं विनायकं भक्तावासं समरे नित्यमायुतमार्तसिद्धये प्रथमं वक्रतुण्डं च एकदन्तं द्वितीयं तृतीयं बोधनं पञ्चमं च षष्ठं विघ्नराजनं नवमं बालचन्द्रं च दशमं तु विनायकम् एकादशं गणपतिं द्वादशं तु गजाननं द्वाशतानि नामानि तस्य नियमे पठन् न च विद्यार्थी ध्यान धनार्थी लब्धे मोक्षार्थी लप्ते गतिं जगतं स्तोत्रं षड्विंशे फलं लवे संवत्सरं च लप्ते नाथ इष्टभ्यस्तस्य विद्या भव सर्व गणेशस्य प्रसादत इति श्रीनारदपुराणे सङ्कटनाशन गणेशस्तोत्रं सम्पूर्णम् ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः खर्वस्तुतनं गजननं बोधनं शङ्गनुपायालोलगण्डस्तन्नन्तादातविदारितारिविरे सिन्दूरशोभाङ्करं वन्दे शैलसुतासुतं गणपतिं सिद्धबुधं कामदम् ओम नमो विघ्नराजाय सुख्याय प्रदायिने दुष्टारिष्टविनाशाय पराय परमात्मने लंबोदरं महावीरनाग्निशोभितम् अर्धचन्द्रधरं देवं विघ्नविनाशनम् ओम हां ह्रीं हुं ह्रीं हुं रंबाय नमो नमः सरसिद्धिबुधोऽसि तं सिद्धिबुधोऽन्यताकनुक्तिमान् नरः तस्य देहं च गेहं च संलक्ष्मीः नमुच्यति ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः परं धाम परं ब्रह्म परेशं परमेश्वरं विघ्ननिविघ्नं करं शान्तं पुष्टं कान्तमनन्तकं सुरासुरेन्द्र सिद्धेन्द्रस्तुतिपरा परं सुरपद्मदिनेशं च गणेशनं मङ्गलायनम् इदं स्तोत्रं महापुण्यविघ्नशोकरं परं य पठेत् प्रातरुत्थाय सर्वविघ्नात् प्रमुच्यते ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः
Kumar sir, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, brother. Tell madam. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay. Uh, Good morning, everyone. Kumar sir, are you there?
Yes, yes, I am here.
Yes, sir. Can we start, sir?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Namaskar and good morning to everyone connected to this webinar. Respected speaker to today's webinar, Mr. Kumar P.R. sir, our chairman, Mr. S.P. Sharma sir, members of AVP and esteemed participating registered valuers. I, Kajal Gupta, coordinator of this webinar, extend a warm welcome to you all in this program on behalf of Divya Jyoti Values Foundation RVO. As you are aware, the topic of today's webinar is contamination and its remedies. In the context of property valuation, contamination falls under the umbrella term of detrimental conditions. Although detrimental conditions can significantly complicate a valuation assignment, the presence of detrimental conditions does not necessarily result in property value diminution. These conditions need remediations to have improved valuation. This is a new topic for CEP. We are fortunate that our highly experienced and qualified professional, Mr. Kumar PR, is taking this session on this subject, who will cover its all aspects in detail. We are sure that participants will find the topic useful and enrich their knowledge. Before I hand over the mic to him, I will briefly introduce him to you all. Mr. Kumar PR is a chartered engineer and registered valuer for asset class land and building. He has civil engineering experience of over 35 years. He is a project consultant for projects in India and abroad. Specialization in all areas of projects include planning, designing, estimation. He is a lender's independent engineer. He has valuation experience for more than 15 years. He is an impaneled valuer for 4 state corporations and 8 banks and financial institutions. He is a registered valuer for CIRP and liquidation cases, arbitration and expert opinions in court. He is an experienced faculty for MEP, CEP, COP classes at various RVOs for registered valuers. He is approved international Valuation Standard Council valuer and specialist in complex valuation and related field. He is an avid writer and his articles are published frequently in technical journals. So over to you for the learning session. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Kumar Pia, sir.
Good afternoon, madam. Good afternoon, sir. Sastrika and good morning, fellow values. So my name is Kumar, as Kajal has introduced me. This is a new chapter. All the asset classes should be know about it. So that especially LNB and BNB people, we should have some kind of in future you will get a assignment. It's a huge fees, catch out. So, we don't have any fee structure so far. So if a contamination, we are not, it is not that easy. Anyway, I will start with my share slide. Okay. I hope you can see my slide.
Yes, sir.
Illustration with what are the remedies. This is the main problem for polluted land. Or here we are concentrating only, we are not concentrating air pollution. We are concentrating only what land and water bodies. Because air pollution is already they are doing some like even engineers are doing it as a faculty. So almost we know how much PPT is there in Delhi, what are the indications, how it affects carbon footing, all those things. Here also the same things happen, but nobody is that worried. Especially in some states, so many contaminated land is there. Contamination is of 3 types. One is physical contamination, then biological, that comes chemical. We will go one by one. Then I will show you an illustration how to work out so that you will be familiar with it. That's my intention. Okay, let's start. So what is a contaminated property? As we know, property or properties that have been subjected to, this is a Environmental Act, as per Environmental Act of Indian Environmental Act, 1990. Okay. Property or properties, they have been the subject of phase 2 environmental. There are 3 phases that are done. Phase 2, it's important. The result which confer that the contaminated level in soil and or groundwater. Groundwater, everything will be, see, in groundwater, groundwater for, you will be knowing better than me. So groundwater, in excess of available of standards for that type of and location of property. So soil, groundwater and sediment standards for use under part 4. Sedimentation is not that important for time being. If it is chemically or biologically sedimentation, then we have to remove it. Issued by Ministry of Environment Act and Climate Change, dated April 2011. So this is the contaminated properties first. This thing. Then we'll see the adverse effect. Impairment of the quality of natural environment for any use that can be caused. So it should, impairment of quality of natural environment. Natural environment. It is affecting our natural environment. We have got only, so far we have found only one planet. It is getting degraded, it is getting polluted, it is getting, see, the way it moves, we know that before 2040 or 2050, carbon footing will be very high. People cannot live, temperature will rise anything. And once 1 degree centigrade of temperature rises, what happens? Antarctica ice will melt. Once it is melted, the whole world will be under the, at least 160s, cities will be under the water. So we should know, because I am a local worker of rainwater harvesting, plus some ESG, of course, ESG buildings. But this is very important point we have to remember. Then injury or damage to property to plant and animal life. That is also considered as an adverse effect. Injury. It can injure, something can injure, some vegetables they eat and they die. That is also injury. Damage to the property, of course, I am very sorry, my throat, I have an infection. You may feel a little bit sound low. Okay, maximum I am trying to do my use my vocal cord. Then comes C, harm or material discomfort of anyone, harm, and material discomfort to any person. These are all adverse effect. Impairment of safety of any person. Safety is risky. Risk factor is there. Rendering any property or plant animal life until unfit for human use. It is unfit now. Once it is contaminated, it is unfit. Its point values should know. Not that. Okay, I removed my polluted earth. It will cost you much because you cannot do yourself. You need an expert. Familiar with you, you have to be familiar with it. So you have to pay heavily for it. Then there is a factor called stigma factor. See, people will think, oh, once it was polluted land, why should I buy it? So naturally, when you calculate liquidation value for a property, if you have got a company or some other assignment related to contaminated properties, you should write that after calculating liquidation value, you should write stigma factor. You can deduct -20, -50. That's up to you, your experience. That freedom is there. But you have to justify it, that's all. Loss of enjoyment of normal use of property. That is gone. Interference with normal conduct of business. Business, you see, so many business will stop. That is Latin word consequence, what is that? Prejudicable for that interference of normal conduct of business. Now there are general method. What is the method we use? Cost of remedial method. The technique adopted is such that such valuation is to work out the value of uncontaminated property first. Suppose a contaminated property is there. Valuer should work out if it is not contaminated, if it is not polluted, how much it will fetch or sell or buy. This is the first step. So, and then calculate the cost of remediation for damage. Calculate it. That will be done by most probably some civil engineers, geologists can do it. Chemical engineering engineers can, who are registered. But unfortunately, we have only L&B. So you have to do with the expert opinion. Then you attach your main report. Okay. And it's so remedial measures should be done, or remedial damage should be assessed in amount. Should be a job of these people, hydrology people. Okay, I hope you are clear now. Any doubt, you can type it in. I don't know, you have okay, chat box, it's okay. Finally, if I get time, I will write it, or WhatsApp number also I will give you. Now, valuer should keep in mind the resultant of aspects. This is interrelated with these two aspects. Monetary impact due to stigma factor, as I told you. Then its impact in monetary terms. Both are same. But in Environmental Act, it is separately shown. More or less same. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you an illustration. This is the important part. Always in CEPs, without illustrations, without only theory, if I say, you will get bored. I don't have any satisfaction. So always go for an illustration. So whatever I had done once, I will. If I have not done, I'll take from somebody else. This is the illustration. It contains everything. Same like our IBBA question paper. I think after June 15th or January 15th. I don't know. I'm not sure. This type of questions may come because we are signatory of global footing, G20, everywhere. Stockholm, especially Stockholm, 2011. So property, this is now we are also feeling heat. Even in my state, now it is very hot. So read the question. If you can do it, you do it yourself. I can guide you, no problem. A factory structure was situated at a contaminated land with a rent of 1.2 crore per annum. So here it is 1.2 premium, you can say, if it is lease. The lease period is 14 years. Unexpired period of lease is 6 years. That means, and I hope you understand this one. 14 years ours, now 6 years is remaining. No renewal clause at lease. No renewal. So you cannot take it as a perpetuity or anything. Okay. So that is the thing. Now, next line. No renewal clause lease. The cost of eliminating the contamination is owner's lesser's liability. The lesser conducted lesser's liability. This is not it's a particular case because he knows that it will be the plot will be contaminated while signing the lease agreement. So it is his duty, owner's duty, lesser's duty to remove the contamination. So the lesser conducted an environmental impact study. This is called EIS in short form. We should be familiar with short forms. EIS study. And every project has got national projects or state projects, big projects. This study is the environmental, how it is going to affect the environment. Study by an expert, and present cost of remedy is 3 crore. Right? So many zeros are there. So I hope it is 3 CR. It will be carried out after the lease period and it takes 1 year duration. See, after this, after the lessee has got, but he cannot directly use it. 1 year it will take to remove the contamination. And uncontaminated land owner's yield is 8%. That is, I think, income method you might know yield. What is yield? Net income into is market value is equal to net income into yield in percentage. So that is 8%. But here we are not using it. I'll tell you why later. Because we want present value, PV. For example, revisionary value of a land after the lease period, lessee give us back. Maybe he has paid 10 lakhs in start of beginning of commencement of lease, but PV will be around 25 lakhs odd. If you calculate present value, if you calculate, that is single formula, single rate formula. Remember it. Because a single rate formula will work out for this. We have done 6 or 7 formula. You may be knowing. Compound interest for rupees 1 is 1 plus I raised to n. Second one is PV. Then sinking fund. Then single rate formula. Then sinking fund, including sinking fund. One formula is there, but here no sinking fund. So we use only single rate formula. That is 1 minus PV by I. I is the interest. 1 minus PV by I. PV you substitute 1 minus 1 by 1 plus I raised to n. This formula's derivation is there. You can go through that. So if at all we don't have time, just remember the formula. Okay. So uncontaminated property is 1.550 crores. So if it is uncontaminated, it is 1.5 crore. Where they will use it? Only one place. At the time of reversionary, reversionary value of land. That time he will calculate 150. Market value is 150. He is only paying 1.2. That which we are using everywhere. But while you return back, he will calculate on the basis of 1.5 per annum. He paid 25 lakhs for the EIA, environmental expert. So he paid 25 lakhs. Now, this is the data given by the second para. Let's see. In the question, present rent paid by lessee 1.2 crore. Market rent 1.5 crore. Unexpired period of land 60 years. Cost of remedial is 3 crore, 3C. Service charge paid to expert 25. All date risk is all 7 or 8 you can take. For industry, it's a thumb rule. Or you make an inquiry. That's all. Here, when we go for local inquiry, it comes around 7. See, for buildings, 1 to 4, it can be. In villages, it can be 1.5. Metro cities, it can be 4. Maximum 4. That is the best. Thumb rule. There is no hard and fast thumb rule. Then commercial side. 5 to up to 7. The overlapping. Industrial, it is 8 to 10. Depends on the profit. Time for remediation is 1 year. So he cannot be used this 1 year. He might have taken finance from some banks. So he has to pay 10%. Tell me, is there any doubt in this question? You can raise the hand. Okay, we'll go to the next one. So this is the calculation. So lessors industries income. This is what Odo is getting. That income. 1.2 crore per annum. He will get. YP 6 years at the rate of 7%. 1% increase. That is deferred because he is not going to get now. Lease period is 14. 6 is remaining. So that much he should get. That is lease agreement. So 7%. Can we hold for a second? Hello? Yes? Tell me, I am in a class. Which requirement? Hello, please don't disturb me now. So that is the. Then what is disadvantage? Reverse of that. Then market rent is 1.5. 8% is the 1% you can add. 8% is the yield. So you apply for this formula asterisk you see. See, not this, sorry. Just a minute. This is the single rate formula. One means 1 minus PV. This is the PV. 1 by 1 plus I raised to n. The whole divided by I. This calculation we should do. So while you calculate this, if you want to calculate, I may made a mistake. You can substitute all this thing. One is there. So 1 minus 1 by 1 plus I. I, how much? 0.08. Don't write 0.8. 8 by 100 is 0.08. Raised to n. Number of years. So you will get a PV for rupees 1 rupee. This is for 1 rupee. 0.5402. Hence, present value is how much? Yes, already 80, 75. That is given in the data. Present value of market. This is the Right. Yeah, this one. Next page it is the 24. 24. That's fine. 10 is taken. Okay. This is the present market value. That has come from the next step. I think the slide is interchanged. Rupees 18 lakhs, 18 crores, 75 lakhs. Okay. Into our constant, PV constant, that single rate formula constant. That will give you 10 lakh, 13,000, 13 lakh, 10 crores, 13 lakhs at 4,1,500. So total how much you will get? First is rent. Second is reversionary value. These are order is going to get after all. Okay, clear? I'll show the next slide and see. So here, what we have done is remedial cost, everything, outgoing is calculated. 3 crore paid to, not paid, it is the remedial cost 3 crore. Then finance cost 10%, he has taken from maybe from financial institution or whatever, this thing, 10%, 30 lakhs. Then deferred for 6 years at 8%. This should be deferred. these two, that is 25,000 is paid to expert. That 6 years you should defer at 8%. Expert service for EA 25,000. So this one, okay. So in total, it is 5 lakh, 5 crore, 30 lakhs, 60,585. Cost of land after remedial remediation, we will calculate. This is the total 530. Is that? Minus 530 minus 15 lakhs 64,000. Total is 15 lakhs 64,098. 530. This is the cost of after remediation, 530. Okay. So that is deducted. So you will get the value of 10 lakhs 34,830. Everything is there. Just go through it. 5 lakh 51,000 might be come version value. I think it's the I marked it and I think the slide is changed. Okay. So you will get 10 crore 34 lakhs. Now, so it's an illustration, land and water board. See some kind of sulfur. What is that? I don't know. That yellow powder. Here they are doing the job. Expert. Water board is checking. What are the content? What is cadmium? Some pollutants are very dangerous. Mercury, cadmium, etc. Even hard water is not good for even bathing. So they are checking all those things. So let's go to the next slide. Environmental impact study is the important factor. Generally, decide cost of the contaminated land. The value of trusted opinion of expert. This is the important one. You cannot give somebody else you don't. He may go wrong, but you will be responsible because you are attaching it and signing it. So bad reputation will come to you. So when people are you are confident, some engineering colleges, there are these professors or head of the departments for geology, hydrology, chemical, civil engineers who are accustomed with this kind of study. Give them. They should. We have some trust on expert of opinion. The value has a general idea of what comprises a contaminated. This is the foremost thing. Every valuer, every asset class valuers should know what is a what is called contaminated site. Three main aspects need to be considered. Here we will take three instances. Must be a contaminating substance in the land. That common sense. Toxic substances, radiation, toxic, or any other toxic. So all those things to be considered. There must be a containing substance in the land. Toxic substance may leach into the some. That is also a problem. If at all land is affected, this leach through the soil and reach the water body also. If some nearby water body is there. So when land is near to a water body, separate. This leaches go down and it will reach at the water body also. So both are contaminated. There must be a receptor or target who can be harmed. That is, here that means receptor or target means land or soil. Okay. See, pathway to by which it comes into contact to the receptor. That is, if it is from the land to the water body, you should know the path. We have to find out how it comes. Vice versa also. If water body is contaminated, how land is also contaminated. Okay. Clear now? So apply it comes contact with the land and water bodies. We have enough time for floor participation. We'll clear one by one. You share me also your doubts. This is the guidance document, as I told. There are three documents out there in Indian Environmental Act. Generally, not only in Indian Environmental Act, the whole world is following this one. Volume 1, methodologies and guidance. So what method you are going to use? Now I have used this method, the trivial method. Maybe there are some other methods expert can tell you. So, for example, on property with the you did not go for SCRS or anything. You can directly do it. Methodology and guidance, standard and checklist. Why this standard? Who can say? Please. What is why we are giving standards? Now, for example, concrete. I think it is 456 IS 456. Why we are giving standards to every valuation also? IVSC standard is there, RICS is there. If there is a standard for everything, there is a transparency and lesser chance of getting huge difference. I'll tell you an example. You maybe heard about Sri Gandhi, a senior most valuer. He's from Mumbai, studied in abroad and now. Until then, the court verdict was like, 40:60 if it's a joint, or 30:70. This is stopped. The public prosecutor asked him, how did you arrive? He gave 5 crore, whereas the other valuer gave 50 crores. That was the case, that period. So he asked 10 questions. What is the premium? What is the lease period? That Justice Krishna here was the judge. So he told public court, BPS asked Chief Justice whether I need to proceed or not, because nobody knows. Okay, you can stop it there. And he invited Gandhi sir to his chamber for a lunch, and he explained everything. How the valuation is to be done for a leased property. Just that's all. So let's coming back to our subject. Tools and manuals. Volume 1 is guides the user through step of the assessment and remediation process by providing the information, flowcharts, practical guidance. Say flowcharts, these are all actually better is more good by chartered accountants for our security and financial people. Flowcharts, practical guidance. Should be practical. Consideration standards and checklist, the user is referred to volume 2. Then comes, and for detailed technical matters. For everything it is detailed. Volume 3. As a standalone reference. This is standalone reference. You did not know 1 and 2. Maybe. But this is standard, not connected with the other 2. Reference manual and can either consider or either include or refer to all information under dealing with effectively with contaminated sites. So these are the 3 volumes. Try to Google it, take a printout, because this is a very attractive avenue for values, especially company values. So don't miss it. After all, if you write a good report, it serves as an ambassador of value. Simple language. No error, no calculation mistakes. Enough. Information relevant daily, effectively with the contaminated sites. The level and complexity of technical details include assumes that he is trained as an engineer. Either he should be trained for it, if he is a civil engineer. Is dealing with contaminated site on a day. See, there are some engineers of that. Their job is only so day-to-day basis. And as a background of fields is one or more. You should take BTech in graduate level, then you can take an MTech in geology, chemical engineering, whatever, environmental waste management. It's a very important environmental waste management. However, the document is set up in such a manner. However, the document is set up in such a way that it also useful for decision makers. Who will be the decision maker? Government or parties or anyone. It's set up in such a way that also useful for decision makers, and those persons supported the engineers and bankers or bankers. they should support us. When we say, I have to pay my expert 25 lakhs, in the first year, the client will shock you. But slowly, you should convince them. Then only can be worked out. That is called decision makers and person supporting the engineers or values. So generally, around the world, it is an accepted practice to describe contaminated sites as sites as areas in which toxic or and hazardous substances exist level in condition which pose existing or imminent threat, inevitable threat. Threat means, dhamki to human health, the near and surrounding environment. The whole world, it is the sites often pose multifaceted health and environmental problems to society, as well as it. They can adversely impact any or all parts of the surrounding environment. That's what I said. It can affect land, it can affect water bodies, even it can affect air pollution. That part we are not doing. Okay. But I can take a class on it later. They can adversely impact any or all parts of the surrounding, particularly surface waters, surface water flow, groundwater flow. Yeah. Now, contaminated site may include production of areas of landfills. In landfills, it is in India, it is common. Landfills is waste management. Part of waste management, they will take a place. If the population density is more, you don't have space at all. Otherwise, you can burn it there. Here, burning is not possible. That can adversely impact any or all parts of the surrounding. So, dangerous dumps. Part of the production area includes land area, landfills are there. Then waste storage. Some people store waste chemical or radiated uranium, like after the usage of uranium or radium, they will stock the such as heavy metals. What are the heavy metals? Lead and mercury, etc. Sulfides. Other part, sulfides. Sulfur dioxide. Sulfides. And radioactive content. Spill sites. This may spill the site. Chemical waste handler and storage units. So this is very dangerous situation. Most of the countries. So this kind of valuation is also getting much importance because all the countries are now understood. Before we used to take environmental day in our IEI instead of it. But now it is totally different. It's a valuation subject. So values are not heavy in the future. Put aside. For that, if you have a friend who is doing this, be with him, trying to study more depth. He can show you some illustrations like this. If he is doing it day-to-day basis, you can go with him for a training. Stigma factor, how it affects. One of the assets was an operating gas station with an estimated market value of 14 crore for removing the contaminated soil and groundwater also. Estimated to exceed 16 crore. So 14 crore property, 16 crore for elimination of contamination. Since the land was polluted and cost of cleanup exceeded the value of the land, the land was worth nothing. Even though suppose husband and wife running the shop, husband continued to operate the business from this location. He is continuing. Therefore, the value in exchange in this case was ruled to be zero with respect to the distribution. What is value in use and value in exchange? Value in exchange means you are going to sell it. You won't get anything. Whereas if you go on using it, that is value in use. However, the husband ends with a value in use. Since there is still utility. Utility, wherever utility is there. I'll give you a simple synonym. Must, M-U-S-T. If any of this is there, then you can proceed. First one is marketable. Yeah, marketable. U is utility. Temples. It's nothing else. You cannot sell or buy. But it has got a utility. Why? When you pray, you will get mental satisfaction. Whatever give you mental satisfaction is called utility. So, utility, and then comes S, saleability. Here, saleability or marketability is not there. Then T is what? Transferability. It can be transferred. These three are lacking in this particular case. Only utility factor is there. Because he is using it. And he is able to continue operating the business from the property, which would obviously have a value to that particular user. He is getting his own, let's say, petrol pump user, usually, petrol pump usually. The company will pay you. Company will give you all the pumps, set, underground sump. Everything will be provided by company. That maybe if it is your land, they will give you the business also. So per liter petrol, 2 rupees. Getting. Or diesel also proportionally, which would obviously have a value to that particular person. Okay. That utility is there. Based on that, you can calculate. Now, reconditioning contaminated soil. We have seen some remedial measures, more or less same. So, soil remediation methods provide contaminated soil solutions to restore soil to its natural pollution-free state. Okay. A remediation of soil pollution purifies and revitalizes the soil by removing contaminants. So when you are removing it, it is restored. As far as we know. But general public may not be convinced. Soil remediation can occur on site, off site, typically involves one or more contaminated soil treatment method or restoring time. Not only one. One or more methods. One or more methods for restoring contaminated soil. Biological, chemical, and physical. Can have everything. Ultimately, ground remediation mitigates and manages risk from contaminated soil that could harm human health. So mitigated means to change from other form. That is mitigation. And manages risk from contaminated soil that could harm human health and ecosystem. Contaminated land remediation techniques eliminate the need to send the contaminated soil to landfills. You cannot send to the landfills. Then that area is also contaminated. Saving valuable space. Land remediation refers to resolving problems caused by contamination in soil and water. So here, as you know, land and body, water bodies. You can also reuse the clean and purified soil after ground remediation. You can use. Yes, agree. We can use it. For public will react, I don't know. So now I'm going to take a break for 5 minutes. I already informed them. Throat is bit movement. So let's after 5 minutes, I'll come back. Okay. Take a medicine also. Hello, I am audible. Am
Yes,
I
sir.
audible, sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay. See, this is the basics. Along with, we have to learn Indian Environmental Act. Vital points, important points that I will share. Okay. Because then only we will understand what is Indian Environmental Act. This is Indian Environmental Act at 86. Okay, thank you. I don't think that's significant. That's it. This is an act provide the protection and improvement of environment for matters connected with it. Whereas decision was taken by United Nations Conference. As you know, UN Conference. Human environmental health and stock of June 1972. So in Stockholm is very important. Which India participated. The separate appropriate steps for protection. That time only are trying to reach common people. Everybody knows. This is enacted by Parliament 37th year of Republic of India. This Environmental Act is provided. Okay. Let's go to the preliminary. What is environmental pollution? Means soil, solid, and gaseous substance. So we have gone through land and liquid. Gaseous, it's just another study. Okay. Illustrations are different. To be injurious and environmental pollution means the presence of environmental handling in relation to any substance means the manufacturing, processing, treatment, package, storage, transportation, even transportation. See that difference? If you go through the thoroughly, transportation is also an issue. Use, collection, destruction, conversion, offering the sales or transfer of like substances. Assault substances we are seeing. Substances preparation, reason of chemical, physiochemical properties or handling. This in our PPT, it is written as chemical and physical. This is the chemical and physical together. They said physiochemical chemical properties or handling is liable to cause harm human beings. Okay. Now occupier means the relation to factory or premises. It's a person who has control over the affairs of the factory and includes relation or any substance. The person possession of this substance. Prescribed means prescribed by rules of the act. This act. Prescribed rule means whenever the word rule comes, it is prescribed by Indian Environmental Act. General powers of the central government. So, what are the positive side of this general power of central government? Power of central government to take measures to protect and improve environment. This is subjected to the provisions of this act. The central government shall have power to take all such measures it deems necessary, okay, or expedient for the purpose of protecting the growing quality, environmental, revenue, and so on. See, that means here states, on that states, central has got all the powers to remove the pollutants. Okay, of course, state government has got coordinate with it. Must officers and other officers. Read it if you can. Under this act, rules made or are done or under any other law. Madam, my disconnected, then I cannot unmute myself. Okay, thanks. Now only. Yeah.
Okay, sir, now it's okay.
Okay. History we have gone through. As you know, Stockholm and is participated. So, all those things. Now, sections for Environmental Protection Act. This, why it is not enlarged? Can enlarge it. No? where it is considered necessary further to implement the decisions. These are all we learned in our first session. It's not first session, first half. Now, sections for Environmental Protection Act, almost we all know. There were 26 sections of. We did not go through the whole thing. The Act has 4 chapters and 26 sections. Okay? Chapter 1 consists of preliminary information, such as short title, and data commercial and definitions. The definitions are given in the second edition of the Act, Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 2. And chapter 3 gives the central government has the power. This is a new one. This is central government has given government power to take action. And fourth one is government to approach officers to achieve the objectives. It gives government power to give direction to closure, prohibition, or regulation of industry. Okay. Now, restricted areas. What are the restricted areas? The areas on which restrictions has been imposed by this act include Don Valley in Uttarakhand, Arwari regions, I don't know the present situation, in Rajasthan, coastal zones, and ecology sensitive. Here, the last one you can understand. Ecologically unstable area you cannot do, you have to do very carefully, because the government has declared it as a ecologically sensitive. So the whole thing will be it's a restricted area. The whole land may slide down. That's right. Now, air pollution you can have in 81. As I told you, air pollution separately can the Forest Conservation Act, Wildlife Protection Act, Water Act. These 4 acts we should. There are references for. Let's see this one, the last one. This is the Act in 96. The other one is general in Wikipedia. This we have gone through 3rd page. That time my Wi-Fi has gone. So under this act, the rules made are under or under any other law being enforced. Just that's why some places are given exceptions. Now the new one. Planning and execution of a nationwide program for prevention, control, and abatement of environmental pollution. I'll tell you the difference. In 1972, some places are except ecologically poor environment is banned. So that you leave it. The other one, some names are given, that's removed. Laying down standards of the quality of environment in its evaluation aspects. Laying down standards for emission or discharge of environmental pollutions. Provided the different standards for emission or discharge may be laid down under the clause from different sources having regard to the quality or composition of the emission, discharge of environmental pollutants, noxious gas, whereas the other one is environmental pollutants and sources. Okay. Restrictions areas in which any industry's operation processes for class industries, especially for industries, operation or processes shall not be carried out or shall be carried out subject to certain safeguards. You have to take all the safeguards because the people who are working for land or water bodies, they are also get affected. So full coverall, glass mask, goggles, everything should be there. So labor workers who are working for this, even us. Restriction area are any industry. Okay. Laying down procedures and safeguards the prevention of accidents which may cause environmental pollution and harmful and remedial measures for the such accidents. Then comes laying down procedures or safeguards. To take all safeguards. This is about safety. Okay. Third point you see, the central government, if it considers it necessary or expedient, so to do the purpose of this act, by order published in the official gazette, constitute an authority. They will constitute an authority, expert authority. Such name or names may be specified in order, whatever the order government gazette. Performing such powers and functions of they got powers also, including the power to issue direction under section 5. See, this officers has got the powers. This role also, maybe if it is not permanent, we can take up. But it cannot take employment. It's the appointment officers and their powers and functions that you can go through the central. Now comes furnishing of information to authorities and agencies in certain cases. In certain cases, where the discharge of environmental pollutants in excess of prescribed standards occurs or is apprehended to occur due to any accident or other charge of place in which such discharge occurs, or say, we know that when we start industry, it will be get polluted. So sometimes it is not polluted. That case is also the polluted is also there. That is what it is. The person responsible for the discharge and the person in charge of the place. There are two persons, culprits. So, person in charge and when discharge occurs is prevented of mitigate an environmental pollution caused by the result of such discharge and shall also forthwith initiate the fact of such occurrences or apprehensions. Okay. Let's see fourth one, an example. When an example is taken for analysis, we have done some examples. Under subsection 1, these examples are, you can write it actually. Nobody is going to write these things. This calculation is made on the basis of subsection 1 of Indian Environment Act. Just write it. Your report who read this will be appreciated. He knows Environmental Act. Okay. Subsection 1, and the person taking the example serves or the occupier or his agent or a person notice under the post. That is expert, as we see. Okay. Yes, yes, now the government has analysis. They will analyze. Government made by notification of a professional gazette point is recognized persons that we are saying. Recognized under section 1 of section 12. Subsection 1 of section 12. 12.1. Reports of the government analysis. Any document purporting to be a report signed by government analysis may be used as evidence. Should be signed by central government. It's an evidence of the facts, opinion of the facts. It's called court, and our reports are may go to challenge. So your expert opinion is also a part of it. As a not other expert, you are an expert, witness of expert. You can go and whatever the post comes, you can whichever court in India. That you can do write a clause. That is, this particular report is only meant for the above purpose. In case of any court appearance, prior information should be given and all the expenses should be provided by the party. Okay, that clause is good always. Otherwise, you are not returned, you come to Supreme Court. So that will be there. So that clause is very important. Penalty for contravention of the provisions of the Act and the rules order. This is important. Whenever fails to comply with the contravention, any of the provisions of the Act, the rules made or the order by direction for issued under the in respect of such What is the offenses? Were any offenses under Act committed by the company? Every person who all the time offense was committed was directly in charge of and was responsible. Company for the conduct of the business, the company as well as the shall be deemed to be guilty. Everybody is guilty, isolated, as declared as guilty, provided that nothing contained in the subsection shall render any such persons liable to any punishment provided that. If proves that the offences was committed without his knowledge, that he exercised all the due diligence. In other words, due diligence to prevent the commission of such offences. So these are the and there are some miscellaneous factors. Protection of act taken in good faith. Second one is the criticize of offences. Third part is formation, reports, and returns. Go to the formation. The central government may, in relation to the function under the Act, last part, this Act had taken time to time, require any person, officer, state government, or authority of furnish on it. Any prescribed authority, an officer or reports, returns, standards, accounts, other information, such persons, officers, state government, or other authority of that power of jurisdiction, powers to delegate, the effect of other laws, anything inconsistent with the obtained in any environmental other than Act. That is effect of other laws. Where any or emissions continues, forget it. Emission under that. This Act also under the Act that the offender found guilty, such offense shall be liable to be punished under other Act. Other acts. What other acts? Land and water. Okay, these are the general rules, punishments are. So now, authorities of agencies to which, independent of fact of occurrence, apprehensions of occurrence of the discharge of any environmental pollutant excess, the prescribed under standards shall be given and to whom all assistance shall be bound to be rendered under subsection. The manner in which samples of air, water, and soil or other substances purpose analysis shall be taken under subsection 1 of section. These are the sections. A good report, you can write it in bracket. 3.1. Just write 3.1 of Indian Environmental Act. 6 3.1. If functions of the environmental laboratories, the procedure for the submission of such laboratories of samples of air, water, soil. This one is 12.2. 12th section and this one. Okay. The authority of officer to whom reports, returns, statistics, accounts, and other information shall be furnished under section 20. Section 20 specially means this is for 3 asset classes. Whether you are a land and building valuer or a plant and machinery valuer or security and finance people. Okay, so because they are more accustomed with more charts and some of us know, but better to give them. The authority of the office to, okay, this is the last rules made under this act to be laid before Parliament. That is all that already. So this is these sections can take it. This is in Google, the second part. You can go through it. You can download it. Plan for doing jobs. Maybe you get international if we are also part of it. Then now we are RICS or international valuation standards. The standard of valuation is about to publish. You may get a foreign assignment. Depends on our knowledge and readiness to travel. So it's a very lucrative area. My dear fellow valuers, I hope I have covered important points. As far as possible, any article related to this, you go through it. Make a note. Future would be helpful. So I'm going to stop this one. Surendra Prakash Sharmaji, how are you? You are unmuted. Well, you are cannot hear it. Oh, yeah, we are muted. Okay. Now PPT, right? Floor participation. Now video, now sound. It happens sometimes in Zoom, especially today. This is after a long time. Just disconnected. Okay, we are attending the technical issue. Right. Presentation is not up to the standard one. Thank you, Sigma. Now voice and video. Oh, okay. Some. Now PPT visible.
Sir, can we have some questions
Yeah.
from the participants?
Of course, that's why you are so keen. I noticed. Not questions, you share me. Ask me.
Participants can ask the question.
Yes. I have got 15 minutes. 15 minutes for floor participation or question answer section, especially. Ask. Please ask.
Mhm.
You can ask. No problem. Okay.
Sir, can you discuss some live case pertaining to this topic, which could have come to your
Not a
professional
short
practice?
question. I cannot reveal the confidentiality clause. Which company, which this thing. I won't reveal it.
No. Okay, don't reveal the name of the company.
Same procedure. This was a case.
Hmm.
That faced. Then 2, 3 others are there. Even one is enough for one. So I'm quite happy. Any other questions? I would like to hear from Subbayan Chandra. Mr. Subbayan Chidambaram. See there, Subbayan. I will share the presentation today itself. Okay.
Okay.
It will be in your group. I will share to DJR. Okay. So you can go through it, especially Subbayan ji can point out what is
Hmm.
trouble with the media presentation. Who is that? Sabasya sir. Dr. Vikas ji, C.A. Vimal Shah ji, Chandra Amaj, Pankaj Gupta ji. Everybody can ask. Sorry. 57. Okay. Anybody can ask. Of course, PPT is not visible because of that technical issues. Okay, I agree. Sorry. Sometimes, if he is the only person having that problem, means he has to move away from some good Wi-Fi places. Sometimes in a room you won't get Wi-Fi. So to go outside, and if everybody has got the same problem, means it is my mistake. Think no more doubts. It's topic is okay now.
Hmm.
It's a new topic
So
and relevance.
also,
Anyway, I will come with another PPT. I'll try
Hmm.
to, by that time my sound system will be over. So
Hmm.
thank you very much. And, see you.
So if no more questions are coming up, can we wind up?
Questions?
Okay.
Shall I leave?
As yes, no questions are coming up. So we end this session of CEP. Thank you very much, sir, Kumar sir, for your participation.
Yeah.
For associating with us and taking this assignment. Of course, the topic was new and there were some technical glitches, but anyway,
We'll improve it.
thank you very much.
Because
Thank you very much.
something which is there.
Thank you, participants, for your participation.
Thank you, sir.
Please share your feedback. No, thank you very much. Thank you, Madam Kajal. Thank you.